Morning, Paul. It's Friday, the 2nd of December. Here's the heads up brief for today.
Thank you, Uday. Go ahead.
So, Paul, in Myanmar, four people were killed and seven people were injured in an explosion in the capital of the Wa self-administered division on the 30th of November. Apparently, the Burmese military has been clashing with another ethnic armed organization nearby in Shan State, and that's what caused the explosion to fall, but there's no confirmation so far.
This is a really weird one, mate, given the Wa state's control there. This is right in the heart of Wa state, so that right in their capital. They're a powerful army. Um, Another group's not going to venture into there, so there's more to this than meets the eye. We really need to watch this. This is potentially ominous, given uh, the long ceasefire between the Wa and the Myanmar government. There's more to this than meets the eye. Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out on it, Paul.
and
In
and and things. Sorry, Uday, and things to watch. People's Defence Force may have thought that because the Wa State Army isn't supporting them, um, the government could be trying to exert power. There's lots of different reasons for this. So over the next couple of months, we need to crack this code, mate. Okay.
yeah, got it, Paul. We'll keep a close eye out on this. Paul, in China, authorities are easing COVID-19 restrictions in Guangzhou, Beijing, and other places. This comes after the notable protests last week.
Well, that's really interesting because they've actually taken a bit of a stance to ease some measures rather than commit another Tiananmen type situation. So all goes well, perhaps, if they continue on a more liberal path. I mean, they've been incredibly buoyant with their crackdowns. Hopefully, this is a turning point in their thinking on civil unrest. Thank you.
Yeah. Paul, in South Korea, there's been a trucker strike over the last week. This has resulted in losses of over 1.2 billion US dollars. Large quantities of oil products and steel are stuck in transits.
Okay, interesting. That's very damaging potentially for their reputation. Okay, thank you.
In Indonesia, there was a pro-Papuan protest in Jakarta yesterday to mark the independence anniversary that falls on December the 1st. Stones were thrown at the police, and a similar protest in Sorong was forcibly dispersed by police.
Yeah, the annual 1st of December Morning Star demonstrations, the annual Papuan festival, and the annual moronic response to it rather than just ignore and let it happen. Indonesian security forces, their lack of thinking and lack of discipline and lack of intelligence, it leads to ongoing escalation through their own insular madness. If they just let it be, it would have pitted out over the decades. They just can't help themselves behaving in a manner that keeps amplifying issues and making anti-generational feelings grow rather than dissipate. Anti-Indonesian feelings over the generations. It's just more of the madness from the security forces. They just don't know how to deal with issues beyond thuggish type Freeman approaches. Thanks, Renee.
Right. Thanks, Paul. Paul, the World Trade Organization ruled in favor of the European Union, which had launched a challenge against Indonesia in 2019 after Indonesia restricted exports of nickel to Europe. Indonesia has been trying to develop the raw materials at home, and President Jokowi said that he would appeal this decision by the WTO.
Well, it's a classic because, as usual, Jokowi's not getting the full picture. Only small parts of their nickel are the appropriate grades to use for electric batteries. So they're hanging on to a resource they can't actually use for the reason they're hanging on to it. So it's, again, asal babak senang is a famous Indonesian term, which means tell the boss whatever he wants to hear to make him happy, or just tell him anything to make him happy. But reality and the facts are really part of that process. Thank you.
In Thailand, the former leaders of the opposition Future Forward Party, which was banned, including the millionaire Thanathorn, they've been charged for sedition for cases from 2020 and 2021, Paul.
Yeah, well, I've no comment on that one given where I am at the moment. Thank you.
In Timor-Leste, President Jose Ramos Horta officially inaugurated the Tibar Bay Deepwater Port on the 30th of November.
He what, sorry? Inaugurated, did you say?
Yes, officially.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Well, in South Asia, there's increased security operations in Bangladesh. This is as over December there be some sensitive anniversaries and observances coming up, some major political rallies, and security forces are also increasing anti-militancy operations.
Okay, thanks.
Regarding the Nepal elections, no party has secured a majority yet. They're trying to still figure out coalitions and see who best deals where.
Okay, thank you.
Lastly, in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, a suspected letter bomb was intercepted at the U.S. Embassy in Madrid yesterday. This has been the sixth confirmed by Spanish authorities over the past week. They've just been releasing some details now. One letter was addressed to the Spanish Prime Minister, and another one was directed at the European Union Satellite Center.
Okay, this is interesting given Spain's manufacturing weapons that are being used by Ukraine against Russia, particularly rocket rocket propelled grenade launchers. So this is very interesting twist. Doesn't seem to be that professional a process given how many have been intercepted. Only one's been successful. It is of great concern, though. Thanks for the roundup, Uday. Greatly appreciated.
Thanks, Paul. That's it for today.
Thank you.